Folks, welcome back to Conversations. We're your hosts, Ben.
And I'm Ryan.
And we got the homie Mike Kim back in the pod. Mike Kim Comedy back in here.
Yeah.
And we got a special guest. Folks, we got PK. PK is in the pod.
What's up, brother?
What's up, PK? Dude.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for
you know I'm honored you guys have on this board right here. Mike Song, Mike Kim, PK right there.
Right there.
I see.
That's
I'm one of the special guests.
Guest board on there. PK.
You're the reason why we're here, man. So
100%.
Come on.
That's why we're so excited.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know how to intro you, bro. You're an OG in our scene. You put tons of Asian American talent on the map. Founder of Kollaboration.
And it's what, 24th?
Yeah.
24th year.
Still going.
Woo. Yeah. Bro.
And we were a part of that. We did some stuff with Kollaboration.
That was kind of like where I got my start. Yeah. Like one of the biggest stages that I got my start on in the whole like K-Town dance scene.
Yeah.
Ben was the original staff member of Kollaboration in year 2000, and Ben is the one that named Kollaboration.
Oh,
wow!
You know what? I was gonna ask that.
You gotta put that on video. You gotta put it on video. Yeah.
It was, so
we're throwing out some names, but
yeah,
when
what were the other? Was there Asian Invasion?
There were all these different names, but when we put Kollaboration, we wrote it, and then when we were doing stuff in K-Town too. Ben put Kollaboration with a K. I remember I was like, yeah,
Ben?
that's it. That just looks sick right there.
It just somehow stuck, man.
He's really good at like just coining like terms and phrases and nicknames.
I mean, you came up with Conversation too, right?
Yeah, Conversations.
Did I? Maybe I did.
I mean, I think it was joint, but
Okay.
you were the one that kind of led it.
Ben named the Jabberwockies.
I did not do that. I can't claim.
Ben named Calvin Mater.
I named Calvin Mater.
You named Mike Song at his birth, right?
Yeah, he also named Barack Obama.
Cafe Blue, that was Ben.
I'll take credit for all of that.
Did you pay for any of this?
I'll take credit for all of that. But dude, PK, man, thank you for coming on. We know it's kind of late. It's
past my bedtime. I'm old, bro.
You were drinking a Red Bull on your way in here, and now
I took a nap, dude. That's how old
evening
I am.
it out with some
I had to get ready. I took a nap.
Wait. Also, let's not forget Link. He's the founder. You're the founder of.
You're the founder of Link.
I'm a 1%. Is Adrian Hong.
Okay,
but
so
I did help. And I want to put that on there because
Korea.
people go, "No, you didn't." I'm like, dude, yes.
It's on here.
I helped.
Sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I helped Adrian start it, and
That's
then pray for Adrian. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah, dude. So you're just like OG for a lot of things, man.
A lot of things.
And like these days though, what's the hustle these days?
3 kids, 14-year-old boy, 11-year-old girl, 8-year-old boy. We all know what we were doing when we were 14 with the door closed, but we didn't have high-speed internet with 10 browsers open. Yeah. That's crazy, dude. We had to Sears catalog or just Sports Illustrated. Remember
Sears
the image?
Catalog.
And go to your room and I don't know. So
or like wavy television.
Like the door's always locked. It smells like BO.
Ooh.
I'm like, I'm saying that puberty smell.
Boys and girls, dude.
The feet smell, right?
Yeah, it's just
feet,
that BO.
onions.
And then my 11-year-old girl, she's going to 6th grade, and then 8-year-old boy. So it's exhausting. That hustle.
So it's 2 girls and 1 boy.
2 boys.
2 boys and 1
boy, and the last one was God's plan, not our plan. Okay. We got drunk.
There it is.
And then
that's a good way to line the load. Oh, you're God's plan.
Yeah, I could have pulled
accident.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got
but I didn't.
engaged, or you guys been together. You and your wife have been together for how long now?
17 years. Wow. Our anniversary a couple weeks, and then we've been together for 21 years.
Wow,
dude. Yeah, that's a long ass time, man.
And actually, I have a funny story because, and this is funny because PK, he always every time he saw me, it's for the last time he stopped because I told him you don't have to do this anymore. But when he got engaged, I think he was really stressed out, and this was right during one of the collaborations, and then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, congratulations, PK." And then I was the standee where I came in, I was like, "Hey, thanks for the invite, young." Or like, when I'm going to see and then he would turn, he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so stressed out," da da da, and he kind of like snaps. And every time I see PK Young, he always says, dude, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, Young, like, you already said sorry that night. And I'm like, I'm cool. But it's such a funny story because it, like, connected me with you every single time I saw it.
No. That's not how it went down, bro. Let's put this on video, though. I'm glad you brought it up because I didn't know if you want to talk about it. But
I definitely want to talk about it.
I don't actually know what you're talking about.
But after this, we will talk about
this?
Yeah.
What happened?
I love you.
Okay.
First of all, I've always loved you.
Yeah.
I've always loved you.
Then I was worse than I thought. Okay.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And then you're right. I was stressed. It was around that time though.
Yeah.
And then everybody was just hitting me up with like, you know, for comp tickets. And then when you hit me up, it was just like my breaking point. So that's why when I said I apologize.
Oh yeah, okay. So it wasn't like I did anything extra.
You didn't
like,
do anything
cool,
wrong. It was just like everybody just started hitting me up for free tickets, but I was just, dude, when you're in that like organized mode, and it was before the show, and you were like, PK, you either call me or it was something, and you're like, hey, and I was like, dude, why do you need free? Everybody have for free. I just went off like a Korean ajashi temper, you know.
No, I understand.
Like my dad.
It was fine.
What do you think that is? Is that an Asian thing where Asians always want to get free tickets to stuff?
It's not just ticket, but like for weddings, it's always a hook. I think it is in our culture, you know.
Yeah,
but I'm not just saying.
Yeah.
No,
but what I'm saying is, it was wrong
thinking.
for me to lose my temper.
No.
And then it was like at that moment, and then afterwards, I always feel bad.
No, and it's,
And I've been like drinking. Keita, when I see Ryan, I'm like, hey, and Ryan's like, you've already apologized. Like it was
So
like
many
so
times.
long
It's
ago,
trauma,
too.
dude.
But it's just like, it's so like sometimes you take it on the wrong person.
No, I
That's happened to me
appreciated
at
it.
work where like my boss would just vent on me about something else. I'm like, dude, it didn't have anything to do with me, man.
Yeah.
And then later he's like, sorry, and I'm like,
What are you doing for work these days?
So I'm the event manager at the Bicycle Casino. That's where we did
Oh
collaboration.
yeah.
The owner's Korean, super baller. But he's great. He's a great family man. You know, a lot of people think of casino owners as like, you know,
Yeah.
Mafia
guy.
underground.
yeah,
Dirty
kiss
stuff.
the ring. You know,
He just owns it by himself.
yeah, he's the sole owner.
Wow.
It's, over 100 million. He bought it for. Yeah. So,
Dang. Just owns a casino.
yeah, and but he's given back a lot to the community.
Dope.
And so, yeah, I'm just trying to do events there. We
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a Latin comedy show. We do a Cambodian concert, Vietnamese concert, Chinese concert. I did the collaboration thing.
Is that going to be every more often than once a year? Because collaboration.
I'm trying to do it, yeah, more than once a year. And I mean, I want to be honest too. Like, I do feel bad. It's casino, you know, but only less than 10% actually after events stay and play. So I just feel like those people would kind of be the ones that would play anyways.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
I struggle with that. Like, man, you know, I don't feel bad about the rich people. Actually, it's actually a good thing when I'm talking about the ballers. That's redistributing money to all the 2,000 employees there that are families. They work
true.
hard.
Yeah.
You know, the janitors, all the dealers. A lot of them are check to check. These guys could have bought a second, third, fourth home or a boat, but instead, you know, they're redistributed. Those people, but I feel bad for like, there's poor people who come.
And they're just
They shouldn't.
spending their like
They got a
paycheck.
problem. They should call 1-800-GAMBLER or something. I don't know. But that's why I see them. You kind of see the clothes, and you're like, I want to be like, you know, I'm employed. I can be like, hey, dude, you shouldn't come here, man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, hey, don't come, dude, don't come. Like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you
dude?
doing here?
They have like a raggedy car, and I'm like, dude, don't,
Dang,
you know,
yeah.
I feel bad, but I got to feed my kids.
For sure.
And there's a beautiful event center. We had our collaboration show there. It was dope.
Yeah, it was tight. Well, let's take it back though, man, because when I met you, you were a DJ at Radio Korea, and
Damn, that's right.
Me and my crew, Unique, we won the Viva Beach Fest. This guy's a hater.
Sorry.
Ryan's a big
They
Unique
beat us
hater.
one year.
What group were you in?
I was in SI Squad.
What, is that how you guys met?
Yeah,
that's
so
how
they
we
were
met.
kind of like our rivals. They were like
What
the
did
other-
SI stand for?
Suck it. Or Six
Shut up?
Idiots. Yeah.
Suck
There were
it?
6 of us. Yeah.
Oh,
Six
okay.
idiots?
You know, during that time, 6 idiots. What we told people was so insane, but
That's what I thought it was.
yeah, we told
I
when
was like,
people
damn,
like
that's a
asked,
pretty
like, "Oh,
sick
it's so
name.
insane crew." But then, like between us, we were the 6 idiots, And then like when we were just like fucking around, we were suck it. It was like a stupid. We were kids. We were in high school, so we thought we were the
but y'all
cool
were
shit.
tight though, man.
Yeah, until we found you guys. You guys had like sound effects and shit.
That was Mike Chong, dude.
Yeah. Anyways,
But we won Viva Beach Fest, and that was how our conversation started. Where you were like, "Yo, I want to create like a Korean American talent show," and that's when the whole collaboration origin started. But I remember you were radio DJ. You were also my youth group praise leader.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, this keeps going deeper and deeper. What's happening?
Yeah, that was before.
Right here, yeah.
He was our
Whoa.
my youth group
Slaughter.
praise
Dude,
leader.
that's crazy.
Yeah, LACPC.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you not remember this?
I know. I
yeah.
remember Ben mentioned that, but I'm so far from God right now. I will always believe in God.
Oh,
Yes,
of course,
yes.
your faith.
Amen.
But
Yeah, you bring it
but I
together.
forgot that.
We're
yeah.
PKs though.
That's
Same
crazy. I
game.
forgot that you came to LACPC
Yeah,
for a while
man.
too. But and your sister, yeah.
Yeah, and then, but like, so how did the pursuing entertainment kind of like happen for you? Yeah, like where did that come from? Comedy, music, all that.
When you bring up the praise leader thing, I do have to mention that was the time when I really was like, I was like really on fire for God. I don't know if you guys have been. Where there were moments when I was like really devoted.
I mean, you're PK too, right?
My dad was the pastor of the
Yeah.
church, but at the same time, I do remember in my senior year of high school, that was my first time I had a girlfriend, and we hid it from parents. As a girl, she was a junior, I was a senior. We never had sex, because we're saving it for marriage, but we would like make out and dry hump on Saturdays and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah, stay away from that. And then feel mad guilty because I'm praising and I would see her in the audience, dude. And sometimes she'd be, remember the transparency girl? She would be and I'm like, dude, I can't even look at you. You have to nod at her for the next song. And we were dry humping the night before, man. Like really, and I feel like she wanted to. Like she was ready to like, let's just do it. And I'm like, no, we can't.
Hey, that's some restraint though.
A lot of restraint,
Yes.
man. In high school,
Very
you know,
commendable.
hormonal you are.
How long would you dry hump for?
Dude, sometimes for hours, man.
Did you?
That's a lot.
What? Hours?
You know what sexual tension is? That's
I
a beautiful
guess,
thing.
that's
That's a lost art right now. Dry humping? Who dry humps anymore?
I dry hump.
I dry hump.
How long?
Not that long.
How long?
Like, maybe like 10 minutes max.
Exactly. Have you ever dry humped for 2 hours? Imagine
No.
the sexual tension.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. The
Imagine that.
That's
dude.
foreplay. That's not even foreplay because there's nothing after.
Yeah, exactly. What
It's
is
just-
foreplay? It's blue
it's just-
balls.
yeah.
Straight up. Dry humping the blue balls.
It's blue play.
Did you? Were you? So PK, were you when you were up there?
You know, and I got to choose the songs.
the
I would
thoughts
always,
come in?
I would always choose "Creating Me a Clean Heart," "Refiner's Fire." Like all the group was probably like, "Why are we always doing these like confessionals, dude?" I just feel like so guilty, creating
Wow, that's
me
awesome.
every Sunday, clean
I
heart.
wonder if that's the other.
And then,
Crazy.
but I just remember that, like, man. But I didn't know Ben was there. Ben was like, "Yo, man."
Yeah.
Was this in the valley?
No, this was in
LA.
LA. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
it was
big
LA.
church. It was 3,000 people.
Yeah, it was huge.
Holy
So,
crap.
Yeah.
the youth group was a couple hundred people. But when you ask like when did the entertainment start, it really started from there. Like I remember when a praise lead, and I love stand-up comedy, and I would not really Sundays you can't, but on Fridays I have more freedom. A lot of praise leaders do. They tell they try to be like a little preacher, like inspirational story in between a song. I would like do bits. I didn't really. I wasn't
Oh
like.
my
I wasn't
gosh.
like, hey, I'm doing
That's
stand-up
the
comedy.
best.
Right,
But
right,
looking
right.
back, I would tell stories, and sometimes people would laugh. And then I realized the seeds of like, oh, like, yeah, I can tell funny jokes.
Do you
Wait,
remember
wait,
one?
When you were like, bring so everyone, and you do jokes there when everyone has their head down, like.
Not head down.
Oh,
no,
okay,
no, no.
okay.
But this is the
That would've
craziest
been
story I
the
gotta
best.
tell. The craziest. Everybody has a crazy church story where there's always like one dude that's like kind of off. Full Gospel LA, my boy Dave Bond. Everybody had their head down, and there was a gangster guy that was like a new praise leader, and he was told by the lead praise leader, "Hey, all right, I'll let you lead the final song," and then right before the final song, like the praise leader, I don't know, I guess he just wanted all the shine or something. He told, "Hey man, I'm gonna do the final song." When he already told the guy, because Mike looks like a gangster, right? Like pretend he's the guy, right?
Okay.
Hey, and then-
No,
but
boy,
this guy was like ready to do. He like practiced all week. Like he was told, like, hey, but I don't know. This guy probably liked a girl in the group. He's like, no, you can do next year. I'm gonna do it. So when he went up there to lead the final song, The guy went up there and choked him, dude.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
In
dang.
front of
Wow.
everybody.
Like one hand or double hand?
Like he went up there. He said, my boy Dave said, everybody was like just praying. Like there was like music.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you heard the guys like, "And Lord G,"
God.
and everybody looked up. It's like a group of 50, high school students, and everyone was like, "Yo, dude!" And the pastor was like, "Oh," the guy was like, the gangster came out, man. Like he was like,
Wow, that's hilarious.
That sucks.
and
Do you know that guy still?
No. My friend Dave was part of that group, but he
Oh.
was just like, whenever I think of the praise leader with the group, I always think of that story. That's like Star Wars, the Force.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Gosh,
man. No, but I would tell the stories and then see my dad. He started a church in 1976, the year I was born, with one, I'm the last of 5, but with one family, and he grew it to 3,000. And my dad grew up like super poor, poverty, and I do believe like God anointed my dad. Like he totally, he had a gift, and I just saw how like a person with one mic can like really move people.
yeah.
He was a really good speaker. My dad, I could tell like people were always like crying or laughing, or the church was just like growing like crazy, and then but then at night when they went to sleep, I would always watch Johnny Carson, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to, but then I was like, yeah, I want to do that,
I have a couple questions to that. So both of y'all are PKs,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
And I feel like most PKs I know go one of two ways. They like just go after God and become pastors also, or they like go the other way.
Extreme.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
You want to go first? And yeah.
No, I think you should go. I think you lived more
I've
of it
asked
than
I've
have.
asked him this before.
I become when I was 18, so I think I had like a.
Oh, you weren't a PK all your life?
Yeah, my dad decided when I was like 15 to become a pastor, so he like went through like.
Okay.
But I think he has more.
I mean, this is a generalization, but I did do volunteer at Green Pastures Youth Center as a continuation school. There was a lot of like Korean gangsters there, and a lot of them were PKs. There were a lot of like
my goodness.
gangsters,
Yeah, that's weird.
slanging drug, all that. And kind of talking to them too, like, this is generalization. It's not all, but some of their dads, they beat the shit out of them. They weren't faithful to their wife. They just didn't live the life, so they were like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
But that's just one part of it.
Wow. Sure.
Some of it is just maybe the guy just loved partying and
Right.
just wanted that life. But there's also a lot of PK girls who are wild. In my raving days, I met so many PK girls that were just they're just repressed.
Yeah.
And when you're repressed, instead of bringing the pendulum to the middle, like you just,
the
me
other
too.
way.
You swing it
Yeah.
all the way.
I didn't know any.
And I swung it all the way too. Like I went from super sheltered, repressed to like go all the other way.
Yeah, so I feel like it's that. Yeah, what you said. It's so because you're pretty much going to church, and then you see a version of your dad at church, and then the version that you see at home may be different. Whether it's he beat you or whatever, right? Like the across the board, right?
Whatever.
Is it like a hypocrisy thing? You feel like it's
That's just some. I think it's different for all. I've come across that, but it's also, I think it's repression. Like, I used to go sometimes Wednesday nights, Friday nights, sometimes early morning Saturday prayer, all day Saturday. Then you're there all day Sunday. You're helping set up the chairs, folding the programs. The whole church is looking at you like you're in a greenhouse, and you better grow right, or everybody starts talking about you.
Right.
One time I got a ticket, like a traffic ticket in front of the church, and then everybody was like, "Oh, the pastor's son got arrested." I'm like, "I just got a ticket." The rumor spread, and then everybody was just like, "Hey, I heard you got arrested." I'm like, "I just got a ticket." Like it was like a
like
it was like a red light ticket,
Yeah.
And
Like
so
by the end of the night, you're a murderer or something.
yeah, and our church split, like a lot of Korean churches split, and then the other side started saying that I was selling drugs to fund collaboration. That rumor
the-
spread.
Wow.
It just that people, and so a lot of the preachers' kids are like, "Man, I don't need this." Like I'm just doing what my parents told me, but then. It's like when you're inculcated and everything's shoved down your throat. Sometimes you gotta find your own faith. Like it's not your faith; it's shoved down your throat. and then you have to. A lot of PKs in their teens and 20s search on their own, and then usually in their 30s and more, they're like, okay, like you find what you believe, but sometimes it's too late. Like I know some preachers kids that are just off the deep end mentally.
So as you kind of found yourself going into stand-up, collaboration took off. You started doing like Laugh Factory. When did Laugh Factory start coming
Laugh
in?
Factory was very similar when I started Collaboration year 2000. A little bit after that.
Oh.
Tuesday, you stand in line for like 4 to 6 hours, and you do 2 minutes, and I just kept doing that. I respect this guy, man. He's very consistent. Just keeps going. I was really consistent with that. I used to sell ads for LA Times food section, and so I would go extra early on Tuesdays, and then go finish my work, and then go over there, and then there was an Asian show, and then props to Amy Anderson. Shout out to Amy Anderson, Edwin San Juan. They started it, but they were beefing with the owner, and the owner's like, "Hey, do you want to be the new host?" I was like, "Thank you." That was the open.
That's how I met you.
From
when I went to your because Robin and my friend, you remember Robin Jung?
Oh yeah.
Fat Man. Yeah. So he would be like, yeah, let's go to Asian night. So we would go to that, and I remember, man, I watched Dane Cook, Joe Coy,
the late night one.
Yeah, the late night ones where that's when they were like just beginning.
Yeah.
And to even think that I saw these legends like now, like I'm like, that was all at your show, like.
Damn, that's
yeah,
and that was
Tony
like
Rock
half empty, up close.
Yeah, I was
like you would have to pay like $100 now, but it was just like
it was like $20 or something.
Or I would like comp people too. Yeah.
Wait, when was this?
This
was
early
2000s.
2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit after your collaboration. We had Joe Coy and Boa, right?
No, that was Boa's 2009. Joe Coy was like 2005, 2007. Yeah, he did it twice. Yeah. But yeah, Dane Cook and Joe Coy used to do our Asian night all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Dane Cook would do Asian night?
Yeah, because he would headline the 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
He was the last one at the 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then he would go, I just want to work out some stuff.
Oh.
And he would be the first one on the Asian night before he went home. And,
he was testing out stuff.
He was testing out stuff.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
I gotta give him props too, because he would work. I would see him do his headlining stuff, and then I would see him do his testing stuff on ours, and he would always still killed it.
I remember crying because there was one that he was talking about. He had a late night thing with a girl, and then he turned over to the two TVs, and he like pointed like the way he's like, "Can we get it on?" And then he like kept on looking like, "Guys, like, can we get on?" And he just held it, and everybody was just dying from that, like just that bit. And it was that was the first time I saw him, and it was like. And that was before we had internet, but we had to go on like LimeWire and like, what's the other one when we downloaded?
Napster?
Yeah, Napster to get like little 20-second clips of like his bit and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time Dane came in, and Dane Cook, he goes, how's the crowd tonight? And I go, oh, it's good. I go, just so you know, we have a large group of gay Asian dudes here tonight, right? And he was like, really? And then I go, yeah, they're right at the front. And he goes up there casually, he goes, yeah, man. He's like, where my Gaysians at, man? Like, where my... he's like, I feel like tonight is like a Gaysian night. And he acted surprised. He's like, oh, what? He's like, the Gaysian night. Like, it was funny, man. People hate on him, man, because I the whole like he's a frat boy comic too. But honestly, if Dane Cook wasn't a good-looking comic, he would be. People wouldn't hate on him as much. You know what I'm saying?
Like Matt Rife. They're hating on Matt Rife because he's handsome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's interesting.
Is that a thing?
Who's
the better looking you are, you're not as, or you get hated. You get hated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen the Matt Rife hate, but I guess you're more deep in the comedy scene.
Yeah, no, they people would just talk crap, just random passive aggressive, especially guys. And these are ugly guys. But even if look, here's what I learned. You know why I know that too? Because I used to get so intimidated by really good-looking guys, and as soon as I meet somebody and he's really handsome and taller than me, I'd be like looking for what's wrong with the guy. I'm like, I bet he like curses at his mom, or I'd make some things up. I would make things up, right? Because I wasn't secure with myself. And then much later, like to late 20s to 30 to get over it, I was like, oh, I understand them very much. That's why. Dude, if this was me like 8 years ago, I would hate on Matt Rife too.
Matt, though, the thing, credit to him, he's a nice guy,
yeah,
man.
he
He's a
seems like
really
a guy.
nice
He's
guy.
funny too.
He's
People
really
people
funny.
shit on him.
He wilding
reason.
out, man. And,
Yeah.
and he started when he was like 16, man.
Yeah.
17 years old. So
What is it also about when you lose weight? Like comics that lose weight, they like lose their funniness.
Like Jonah Hill.
Like Jonah Hill.
Zach
I don't know if he
Galifianakis?
was
Yeah,
I guess he
he's
was
not
funny.
as funny
Yeah,
when he's
Zach
skinny.
Galifianakis, exactly. He's kind of.
Yeah.
Because the double chin, when that shit jiggles, it's hilarious, right? Like just the way they move and just it's just like, oh, you're a fat guy saying like fat guy stuff, and then once you lose the weight, you're like, now you're just a guy.
There's nothing funny about how you look.
But what about Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
He got all big and.
Bro, I
buff,
saw
like-
Dave Chappelle last night. Fool's
you
hell.
saw him last night? Where?
At Ontario at the Toyota
Improv?
Arena. No, he played Toyota Arena.
You went
Wait,
to
with-
his show?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
How was it?
Sick. He's
Did he
working out
announce
in.
it? Like it was all.
My friend got tickets.
Oh,
So
dope.
like a group of us
I
went.
didn't know, man, but it's so
Yeah.
weird seeing him so yoked.
Dude, he's buff, bro.
Yeah.
He's got
Is he
full-on
still
beef
buff
He used to
like
be
that?
so
Buffer now?
skinny.
He literally he was wearing a wife beater as his outfit.
A black wife beater, right?
No, white wife beater.
Oh, you want white
Just
now?
Straight up white wife beater. That was his fit. I was like, bro, you look good.
Yeah, he's been working
he's
out.
buff.
Oh, so like he's bigger than he was before because he was already.
He's
He was
kind of more
already-
cut now
Oh, 'cause
because
he
I
was
think
kinda getting a
before he was a
little-
little chub
he was
chub
getting a little-
buff.
Yeah, fluffy.
But he actually has he has cut. I'm like, okay.
Damn.
I mean,
I see you.
Smoking cigarettes too?
Smoking cigarette. He smoked like an entire pack.
Dang, man.
But no, he had. I think it might be a new Netflix special
Wow.
because the little Netflix logo popped up on the screen. I was like, oh, sick.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was a good show.
It was funny when there was that one Dave Chappelle bit where he's going through his like son. His son was like in high school. He's like going through his son's like drawers and stuff. Just like, let me get to know my son. You see that one? And he finds like a joint.
Oh yeah.
And then he like smokes, and then he like hears something. He's like, "Oh shit!" He puts it back. He's like, "Hey, he's coming! He's coming!" He's like, "Dang, man!"
he takes his son's weed.
He
Yeah.
takes his son's weed.
It's good, man.
Man, that's crazy. But Buff Chappelle is just weird.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not as I miss like the skinny,
yeah.
high pitched voice because he also has like the deep smoker's voice now.
It's different. Yeah.
It's different, but he's also. I mean, he's a goat, bro. He
He
like
is,
the way
no.
he works the crowd. It's just he's a master, man. He's so good, so good.
Yeah, I think he's a goat.
Who's your top five
Comedians.
comedians?
I think Chappelle's a goat.
Okay.
For me, Eddie Murphy for me because he's a big inspiration. One that I think is underrated. A lot of people really don't remember. I mean, they don't really give the credit. Is Cedric the Entertainer? Like he,
Oh, hilarious.
I've went down the rabbit hole and watched everything. He's amazing. For me, Brian Regan, he's like a really goofy, white,
yeah.
clean
The guy that's, like,
comedian.
kinda like-
He was
has,
one of the
like-
first ones I listened to over and over and over. And when I was like really devoted to God, I was like, I'm gonna
he's
do
a
this kind
clean-
of comedy, you
yeah,
know,
clean
but
comedy,
very
okay, yeah.
clean,
Uh-huh.
like Jim Gaffigan, you know,
Oh, I love
He's
Jim Gaffigan.
great.
it's amazing.
I love Jim.
Yeah, so those are five right there. I mean, it's honestly I've
Oh.
endless. I have like
But Jim on the list.
I have
Jim, yeah.
endless,
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
and it's always rotating. You know, like your top five hot
Yeah.
celebrity women.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's always. Oh, that's another thing too. Kate Beckinsale was always on my top five, and Matt Rife dated her,
So lucky.
and he broke up with her.
Dude, he went to the underworld, man. What a lucky guy.
He dated Kate Beckinsale and broke up with her.
Is she on
and
your
said
list?
She's,
Is
she's always been on my
But
top
I mean, like,
five.
it's like the what do you call it? The
Hall pass?
hall pass
Hall pass.
list. Is that?
I
is
mean,
that do we
my
get-
wife
is
Tammy
that-
would
do we
never
get
give me a
that?
hall
Okay.
pass. Hey, would your wife ever give you a hall pass?
Oh yeah, she would. If I yeah,
one
if it's
night?
like a ridiculous person.
Like
yeah.
who?
I mean,
no
Hyori? Like Hyori.
like Dua Lipa. Like she would probably give
Wow.
me.
Do
That.
you
'Cause she-
really think she'd give you a hall pass, or is she saying that?
dude?
Now that you say
Yeah,
that,
I think she would.
I think Dua Lipa's on my top five. Wow.
I
dude.
think.
He's
Damn,
hot.
she
Dua Lipa's
is.
hot.
No, I think it's more like, all right, buddy. Yeah, if you get her in that situation, go ahead.
Mike, have you ever played Collaboration?
Yeah.
Oh, what year did you play?
I don't know.
No,
Recently?
we've done our small monthly shows, but I remember before it was different because it was like a whole musical like.
Yeah, I didn't do that,
rapping.
but I did go
Intermission.
to watch Collaboration before I
Which
did
one?
comedy. With Joe Coy and Boa was there.
Oh, you went to the bowl one?
She's like, I eat you up. That song, whatever the
You
hell.
went
was.
there?
I was
Talking
there
about Boa,
with
the
my
K-pop-
church at the
K-pop
time.
Boa?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
He had Boa there,
That
and
was
I-
the sold out one. It was packed.
Yeah, and that was my first time seeing Joe Coy, and I was like, "Who is this guy like doing? What's a Filipino? I don't understand.
Oh
like,
my
I didn't
God.
even know what a Filipino was.
What's the film?
Dude, I didn't know what a Filipino was until later, like much later.
How later?
You did tell me you went at 2009. Yeah.
Okay, I lied. I didn't. Oh shit, that's when I found out what Filipinos were. Because then I started hanging out with Filipinos.
Where'd you
That's
grow
it.
up, Mike?
Look, I grew up in Torrance, right? But there wasn't
What do
a
you mean?
lot
There's
of
a lot of
Filipinos.
I feel like there's
Torrance?
hella Filipinos in Torrance.
I just didn't.
You acting like it's like another planet, bro.
Yeah.
I was just very dumb. I remember there was a group of Filipino girls. I was like, "What's Filipinos?" They're like, "Oh, we're like Pacific Islanders, but we're Asians." I'm like, "What does that mean?" I don't even know. And then I hung out with some Filipinos from the Philippines that were guys. We did drugs together and stuff. And then I learned a lot about the culture. And I met one of them because I was walking to school. I was like a sophomore, and then this Filipino guy with an accent, he shaved head. He's like, "Hey, hey." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You like the party?" Like with the Filipino accent.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you like the party? And I saw it on TV before, and I was like, I should say yes because I want to be cool. I was like, yeah. He's like, come here. And then I got into that was kind of Mexican sounding, but then I got into like drugs for a couple years because.
Wait,
You-
this guy just said
you
you
like
like
the
the party,
party?
Drugs, though.
and
What
you
kind of
just
drugs?
Yeah, yeah.
Became a
did
druggie.
drugs with the
Ecstasy?
strangers.
Yeah.
What kind?
Ecstasy?
What in the
Weed,
world,
and then
bro?
led to ecstasy, and then meth.
Meth?
I did
Yeah.
meth once, and then some other stuff, but like
You didn't even know him?
no. Well, because I
Thank
wanted
God
because
you're
gangster
here,
rap
bro.
was big at the time. Remember,
Yeah,
like
right.
2003
Thank God you're
ish,
here.
early
Thank
2000s.
God you're
Gangster.
here and alive, bro.
No, I almost wouldn't have been here. I was doing some stupid shit.
Yeah, obviously, you're
Very
just some random
stupid.
guy. Do you want the
Victorious.
party?
I thought you were like oh, I'm from Idaho or
What
something.
what social group were you a part of in high school? Were you part of like the nerdy kids, the
They
jocks?
easily influence peer pressure.
Well, I went to a private elementary middle school, and then I went to a public high school, and some people from my middle school went there, right? So I hung out with two of them. They were white kids and kind of mixing like whatever. But then Koreans, they were, how Koreans only hung with Koreans. I never experienced that because I went to this smaller school where everybody just, would hang out. And then they were being nice to me and try to invite me. And then I heard them talking crap about certain races, and I was like, I ain't gonna hang out with them. So then I just hung out with a few people there. And then, then when I started doing drugs with the Filipino guy, then I started hanging out with the drug people.
They had the best meth, right?
I only did meth once.
Oh, no.
But a lot of weed and then like ecstasy and a bunch of other, other stuff like that. That was a weird time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did we talk about this?
Ryan loves talking about the meth.
No, you know what I was gonna actually come back to, like what his experience was as a PK was different because the church parents, they all loved me, so like I was coming in like cracked out from doing meth like with my friends all night.
Oh,
smelling,
damn,
like,
you did meth?
cigarettes. Yeah, I did for
Like a lot?
yeah, for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
No,
shit.
3 years. 3 years.
3 years? Every
3
day?
years like good, and then like a couple more years like on and
Look
off.
at the judgment, because he did it for 2 years. You did it for 3 years.
It's like
No, I said one time.
You did
kidding.
one time.
I did
kidding, I'm
ecstasy
kidding.
all the time for like.
yeah.
I mean,
Playing.
granted, it was mixed with meth and stuff for sure.
It's
I
like it's amazing that I'm still here, So.
Dude, no,
yeah.
really.
And you have your teeth, and they're nice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this
You're
is
so lucky.
this is gone, but it
No.
has
Does that-
nothing meth related.
it was
it
so bad.
deteriorates your teeth. It eats away at your teeth.
Yeah.
No, it was so bad back in the day.
It was,
There,
and
there were some Korean kids that did meth that robbed our house, and they robbed all the Korean pastors' homes on Sunday morning because they knew
That they were at
They'd be
church.
gone.
Oh,
all
Fuck
the
those,
pastors.
dang.
And I was
that
like,
is some
that
meth
is
thing to
some,
think
like,
about.
What?
That is a meth thing to think about.
It
Like,
is.
Dude, you know what that
Super
is?
Like,
You know what
they
that
thought
is?
way.
you just don't care.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? Dude, that's methed up.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there. I like what you did there. Were you ever on that level? Like, were you robbing people's houses and things like that?
Be honest.
Hey, was it you, bro?
No,
Is it
you went to
you?
UCLA, right?
No.
No. Okay, so good. Okay, so there was a lot of in Westwood. I didn't like break into houses, but I feel stupid because I stole a lot of change.
You would break in and steal change.
Like in the cars, I would open the cars, and I wouldn't break in. It would be like the ones that are just like, tuk, tuk, oh.
Oh, so you would check.
I just get the change. Yeah, I would check all the doors, get the change, and then like, find a pack of cigarettes here, maybe a CD there. Like.
Dude, you're a horrible burglar.
I was the worst.
Yeah.
You were
I
just
wasn't
trying
a
to
good-
get by. You weren't
I
trying
was
to.
just trying to
Yeah,
get literally just like
That's pretty like
Would do it-
humble.
would
You're
do
a
it.
humble criminal.
yeah. I mean like a lot of the brain damage.
He's like,
I forgot.
I don't need to overdo it. You just get enough just to get by.
That's true, especially for being tweaked out. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And I think like a lot of my okay, don't get me wrong, a lot of my memories are gone because of the meth. So So I could have done worse stuff, and I just completely blocked it out of my mind.
Is that like another high? I don't know anything about this stuff. Is it a very highly addictive drug?
Oh yeah, super.
Even that one time I did it in high school, I couldn't stop thinking about it for 3 days.
Wow.
Because you know what they call it? They call it the devil's drug.
Yeah.
So
once.
what they try me once, I might let you go. Try me twice, I'll take your soul. That's what they say about it. And
that's crazy.
I never felt that crazy. Like that's all I thought about for 3 days.
So what made you not do it?
Because I just thought about if I do this one more time, I'm probably gonna turn into those fucking like mugshot crazy tweaked out, you know.
Wait, so how'd you?
I was like, it's probably gonna be okay.
How would you
And I'm like,
smoke it for the
Yeah,
pookie?
how'd you?
Oh
try?
yeah, that's when I smoked Pookie. I feel like, and it was really weird. I feel like I kept on being brought back into it, and every time I came back into it, I would get close to one of the guys that kind of would get outcasted in that group, and then I would get close to him. We would do it, or him or her, and then we would get. We would do it, and then we'd just talk about, like, let's just quit, and then we'd quit together. And then somehow, like, a couple months later, I would get drawn back in. So I'd like to tell myself that it was, like, God telling me or
When
pushing
was
me
the
into
last
that.
time you're like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this no more.
When's the last time I touched it or I tried it?
Or like, yeah, when was like, what was the thing that was like, okay, I'm never touching this again?
It's just not around.
Wait, what? What? Wait, what?
Oh, there's just no meth around you.
There's just no meth around me, you know?
But how?
I swear if I was
I
at
mean,
a
you
party,
can
someone was
find
like,
it.
if I was drinking and someone was like, hey, you want to hit this pipe? I'd be like, maybe
Because
regret it
Really?
after. I only joke around about that because of what he said. Like, once you smoke it once,
Yeah.
or you do it, like, you're addicted for life.
Damn.
And so, like,
that's crazy.
I always tell myself, like, yeah, you know, there's a lot of the downside outweighs the good side, right? So that's what keeps me from doing it. But if I could just be like a millionaire in Silver Lake in my mansion or Silver Lake in like Bel Air or Beverly Hills.
Silver Lake.
But I mean, is there mansions in Silver Lake?
Yeah,
there's
there's
a
mansions
Silver
in
Lake,
Silver
bro.
Lake.
Yeah, okay, fine. Mansions in Silver Lake. I could
Don't shit on Silver Lake.
I get Postmates, you know, food and.
Oh,
not
yeah,
at the
you did tell me
one.
that this is
I
your
would-
dream.
Yeah, find that one.
Do meth and
Yeah, I mean, I joke around about it because you know. I probably
you
don't know.
wouldn't be eating then. You
Just
wouldn't be
butt naked.
Yeah.
Just butt naked.
No, but you
ordering
know
Postmates,
there are
smoking.
a lot of dudes like I know a lot of people that use still that are like they do it. It's like coffee to them. They're normal lives. They'll
Functioning
eat,
meth
they're
addicts.
functioning. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Do they snort it or do they smoke from the pookie?
Now they probably actually I don't know. That's a good question. I don't talk to them anymore, but
Okay.
I know they still do because like you could tell like you know
So you would only smoke.
I'd only smoke.
You never snorted.
Oh, I did it. I do like a trifecta. You smoke, you do a hot rail, and then you sniff it.
I probably did it because it was inside tablets.
Yeah.
Without
Did-
like yeah.
did
Because
you ever
you know the speedy ones.
Yeah.
I like those were my favorite at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
your teeth are all,
Yeah.
you know, the next
He's
day.
never done it.
I don't
before,
know any
so-
of this
And
stuff.
I literally one time we went to Third Street Promenade the next day. You know, I'm not a dancer. You know, these guys are like some of the best dancers in the world. I am the worst. You know, I'm just this guy. But I thought I was in the Jabberwockies, dude. I was like all the way down the street. My friends were dying. dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just pop locking and doing whatever I thought was like for hours, dude. For hours.
It's because it feels so good doing anything.
No,
when
and it
you're
was like
Yeah.
10 in the morning, man.
Damn.
Wait, when did you take it? The night
No, we
before?
went raving, but we went.
Oh,
well,
no.
let's go get some breakfast, and then I was just dancing. I could not stop dancing like all day on Sunday.
Was it a thing in your mind where you thought you were actually killing it? Like you thought you were like really dope?
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't.
Or it just felt
I
good?
know. I've always known I'm not a good dancer, but I thought. I literally thought I was spreading joy
You
Oh.
probably
through
were
my
though.
dancing. No. Well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, because people are
You're
laughing.
laughing, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I was that guy. Like, dude, that guy is crazy, dude. Look at him. He's just
Your
lost.
eyes are all bugged out.
Isn't it amazing
Yeah.
that we didn't grow up in the cell phone era? Cause
Oh, I would have gone viral,
yeah,
bro.
for
we
sure.
would've, yeah.
I would have been like just a guy dancing with his friends, and then my friends were just laughing the whole time. But they were all cracked out too. So yeah.
Yeah. Like, do you want to know
Oh,
what
like
it feels
good
like? Here's the
times.
best way I could explain it. So, like, when have you heard of peaking? What that means?
Yes, I've heard
Yeah,
of
so
it.
it's called
yes.
like rolling, right? So you go up and down with
Yeah.
the waves of ecstasy, and then when you peak, it's like
Where
when
you're
your
just
body.
feeling the best.
It's crazy. It feels like the way I would know that I would feel it working is I would rub my fingers together, and then when I start to peak, it would feel like I'm coming from my fingertips. Like
That's
the best way
wild.
I explained it, it feels like.
You're gonna shake your head.
Can I say this stuff? Can I say this stuff? Hey.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Touch that.
No,
There's a Filipino girl I hooked up with. She had.
I put those on the front there.
I swear to God.
Hey, honestly though, man, like we've all been with.
Yeah.
It's always a little like, ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good times. Look at that. And then what it feels like is every pore, every inch of your body feels like it's like.
It's way better though.
Like
it's
this.
with a girl, not your own finger.
Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is, this feels like that, but just every inch of your body. And
That's wild.
it's insane.
Isn't it like
It's
this?
not
Like-
normal. It's not normal. You're not supposed to feel like that at all. It's like that's why I got addicted to it.
Ecstasy.
Yeah, because I had a temper problem, and that was the only time I felt happy.
Oh,
I was like, "Is this what it
those
feels like to
times.
not be angry?" Like I said that.
Were you that guy like with the wife beater, and then you were like pacing, and then right when you started, you're like with the pacifier, you're like the hardest guy. You're like, oh shit, you're not that.
Yeah, what's
you
the
like that
pacifier
scary?
all about? Why do people?
because you're
grind?
crying.
Because you're crying. Yeah,
You see like these gangster-looking guys with pacifiers.
pacifiers.
Oh, in the beginning, you would walk into the club, into the rave, and they would all have everyone looked like dope, right? During the 90s, all the gangsters looked super gangster, and you're just like, don't make eye contact. And then throughout the night, you just see them rolling on the ground with pacifiers, and like their eyes crossed, and you're like, you ain't scary no more.
Yeah.
They'd always have like a hot girlfriend with like holding like a
Oh,
teddy
yeah.
bear. Like, dude, where am I?
Yeah, massaging too.
Those are the
'cause,
best
yeah, when you get a
times,
massage,
dude.
dude, my drug dealer gave me a massage, right? And then I was a virgin at the time.
My
Dude,
drug dealer gave me a massage.
she was
Wow, that's a
Taiwanese.
good
She was
drug dealer.
Taiwanese. She was very attractive.
Oh, it was a she.
Please.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
he. Oh no, come on, man! I'm gonna let a guy do that to me. Like,
They're stronger though. They have a better.
yeah, but she was behind me in my my car. I was in the passenger seat because my homie had to drive because I was like, oh. And then she massaged me, and then I was a virgin again, and then she kept massaging me, and I was like, oh, and I was like, is this what it's like to be in heaven? Ah, and I don't know how long time passed by, but then she finally stopped, and I was like, oh my god, and I touched my crotch, and I was like, I jizzed my pants,
Whoa.
and I was soft, because that's the power of ecstasy. Like it's hours
yeah,
of the massage. It feels like you're like inside something, but like every inch is like a dick, like your dick.
It's also because you can't get hard when you're up there, so you're gonna try to, and you're gonna try to do that. And
It's
so
hard to finish.
Yeah.
It's hard to finish. It's hard to
Really
finish.
hard to finish.
So,
And
okay,
and
this is
you
the
better
best-
have fans.
Yeah,
Be
because you're gonna be.
sweating, dude.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this is how I can.
This sounds so
This is how I
uncomfortable.
can explain for you. That's what you would understand. You know that feeling right before you're like, right before you go on stage. That,
Okay, yes.
that butterfly,
Sure,
right?
yes.
That's the feeling you get right before you feel it, because you
And a
you
little
can kinda
nauseous.
feel it.
So
yeah,
true.
and
Perfect.
nauseous too.
And
Now
a
you kind
little-
of feel like
dry
good, right?
heaving.
Yeah.
So then, as you're doing your dance and you're going into that, once you're about to hit that one routine that you really love, that's the peak, right? And then after you do the peak, I want to say the come down, but you know that feeling where you're like.
Where you? Yes.
That
Yeah. I get it.
is
I totally
the,
get it.
like,
I totally get it.
the climax
Yeah,
of the, you
okay.
know, like
Okay.
the
Applause break,
clapping.
bro. Applause break.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, applause break.
Okay, so then when you guys talk about the come down, what's
Yeah, I've
the
never
come
seen
down
that
like?
now.
Does it?
All right, come
does
down
it-
is
does
this.
it-
When you guys are like,
horrible,
you guys are this.
That's why people stop. Man.
Oh,
This
so
is it. After
It's not a come down. For me, it was not the second day. It was no, not the first day. It was the second day after.
Whoa,
Cracked
the
out.
second day after, not
Dude,
even.
being at work and then just all your serotonin's gone and
Yeah.
just
yeah,
Is it headache? What is that? Like a
it's
a
kinda
hangover?
depression.
yeah. You just kind of take
Uses
all your good feelings
all your
and uses it
serotonin
all
when
at
you have
once.
when you feel in love, your brain releases serotonin. It like tricks it to release it all at once, so your body needs to regenerate.
Yeah.
So during the days it's regenerating, you're like, I'm never doing that again. But when Friday comes around, you're like, let's go.
So the come down for you, like for you can understand is, you know that feeling after you guys are done. You guys are just practicing for 3 months.
Why do you,
did
have to,
that
like,
one
you don't
show.
have to explain everything.
I know, that's what I was
I
saying.
know, but
bro.
you don't. But you
just-
understood it
Okay,
right
go,
when I
keep
said
going,
okay.
keep going, keep
So
going.
now you're taking off your shoes and putting it in your bag. That's the come down. That's the feeling of you're like, oh man, we're done now. Like this
No.
is over.
I can tell you better than that. Okay, it feels like you got
Yeah,
news
I
that
don't
somebody you
understand
love
what that
died,
was.
and you feel it in your physical body.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I mean,
the
if you wanna go
physical
that
body, you know when
extreme.
you feel physically like almost cold and ill.
Okay.
Like when you find out
So
somebody
you feel
died
sick.
or something. Like physically, it feels like the dread like that. You don't
Oh.
feel sad like somebody died, but you feel the physical like where it hasn't sunk in fully. It feels like that, but it's just because you have no like PK said, you have no serotonin at all. That's the happy chemicals. and it's just all depleted. So you're just you cannot be happy at all. You can't feel any joy. You're just waiting for a couple days for it to you start to feel somewhat normal again.
But
So, yeah.
That sounds
but I didn't yeah. But I didn't feel that the first like 10 times I did it. I was ready to go like over.
Were
and
you
over.
rolling hard enough then?
No, dude.
you were-
I think my E count is way higher than yours, bro.
You probably
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I don't doubt it. I
Oh,
don't
should
doubt
we?
it.
Should we?
What's
should we
the-
open
it's
At the
triple-
same time, you want to say
Should we-
yours?
What's
I
the
count of
count?
3.
Hold on,
How
hold on.
many E's have you done
In my life,
in your life?
Wow.
Are we ready?
can we? Are we
Just
ballparking?
estimate.
Okay.
Ballpark, of course.
Are we? Okay.
Unless you're tally marking it.
No. Okay. All right. I think
Ready?
I know. I think I know.
I don't know, man.
Just at ballpark it.
I would just do it like once or twice a week, but I wouldn't take more than one pill. I would roll hard.
All
I
right,
know,
so
but
just
total,
estimate.
total. I bet you if I told you your body count, you could say it or shoot.
I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Exactly.
I stopped counting after
What's
a
higher,
certain
your
point.
body count or your E count? Your body
My
count,
E
right?
count is.
I'm not
higher.
sure.
Really?
No, I stopped counting. I didn't count either. Well, I stopped counting the body count after a certain number. 'Cause I
Dang,
was like,
stop bragging, bro.
I know. Dude. My E count is way higher than my body count, dude. Way higher.
it is what it is, boys.
All right, let's go there. One.
Wait, E count,
All
right?
1, 2, 3. 7.
200.
30?
Shit.
Yeah.
200?
Yeah, easy. And I've had friends who've done 500. Yeah.
Holy
That's
How was
crap.
yours?
Hey, how many weeks
What's
are
yours?
in a year?
Wait,
how many
huh?
weeks are in a year?
What's yours?
Okay.
Oh, no,
straight
they're
up
more than
though?
30. Never mind.
Yeah,
More than
what's
30.
yours?
It had to be like at least 50 something.
And
Mine
then,
I would do it once a week or
And your
twice
What
a
did
week.
you say?
I said like 70 to 80.
Yeah,
but the
at least
thing is,
no, but
is,
your
like,
body count is
when we were
probably-
younger,
Well, I stopped
did
counting
one,
after, like,
and
30.
that would take me the whole night. So
For
I
body
only had
count.
like.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is.
I don't know.
Oh, you know, me and Hyung, that Ben knows, who's baller. I'll tell you after this podcast.
Oh,
but,
I think I know who you're
no,
talking
but I remember we said, hey, let's say our body count at the same time. When we said it, I know I literally fell to the ground and so I couldn't stop laughing, dude, because we were like, okay, we're ready, 1, 2, 3. I said 20, he said 200 at the same time.
Whoa.
Like his was like 180 more than mine, and I literally was
He
like,
10x'd you, bro.
Wait, who is this guy? Who are you talking about?
That's
Is he
funny.
famous?
I
don't know. I don't think we could
No,
drop
yeah,
names here.
I can tell you after, but
Okay, yeah.
no, but like I know he's like super nice guy, super baller, but you know when someone has 180 more than you, I'm like, wow, your life was very different than mine. Like a lot of weekends, I was by myself,
Yeah.
you
Like,
know, while you were just.
wow.
Wham,
You were
chicka, boom,
entertaining a couple of girls a
wham,
day,
wham,
yeah.
wham, you know, yeah.
Man,
Well,
that's
okay,
gross.
speaking of like, okay, so you went into the entertainment side, but then like, what was that shift for you where you kind of went? Was it the family when you went kind of corporate life?
Yeah, I think that everybody, when you really have your dream and passion, like you did it the right way. Like go hard when you're young. Because I remember James Rowe from Far East Movement told me that too. Because James went to law school with my wife Tammy. They were at Loyola Law School, and then he
Okay.
dropped out his first year. And Tammy goes, "Are you crazy?" He's like, to do this rap group. And she's like, "What are you doing?" Same with Bobby Hundreds was at Loyola Law School with Tammy. And then
wow,
she was like, "Yeah, I'm starting this fashion thing." And Tammy
Yeah.
was like, "These guys are crazy." I was, dating her, and then I'm gonna look at them now. Like it's like, I remember James was like, "You can't half-ass when you're young. You gotta go all in," And I had my foot in both. Like I'm working and doing that, and then once you have kids, it's like you just supporting the kid. All the money is just like, I just realized. Like, yeah, you got to go all in.
Yeah.
And that's why I just feel like I'm going really slow in the first lane. I just feel like I'm in a minivan in the first lane. I've just seen so many people blow up. But I also have, like, I'm very grateful, I'm really grateful, like, where I'm at, because a lot of people gave up. Like, I'm never giving up.
Do you feel like your so comedy, is that more of just like the creative outlet for you now, or do you still have like aspirations to go hard?
Always aspirations. And it's a creative outlet. It's actually helped save my marriage. Like I've done comedy sets, some small show where I don't know anybody, and I'll just like open up. Like, we had just had a really bad argument, and I'll just open up, and it's like so therapeutic, and I'll come back and just be like more at peace.
Oh, you mean it's better for you? You come back to your
Yeah,
your
no, like
relationship
everybody
kinda,
just needs to like
good.
open up and talk about things, and that especially men don't. I formed this mastermind group with a bunch of dads, and we meet once every 2 months for the past 5 years. Every dad said, dude, this has saved our marriage, our lives. It's a game changer. It's because women just get together and talk, you know, just open up. Guys can golf together all day and not get deep, you know. And so it's like we literally schedule it, and then we go around and be like, hey, how you doing? It's kind of like a church small group, except it's way more raw because we open up about like this.
Right.
You can open about masturbation, drug, everything. But a church small group, if we talk like that, everyone would be like, what, you know? And so that has helped me a lot. And another thing is, I know a lot of people, and you might, you know, you can chime in on this, but I know a lot of people in the entertainment industry that only have friends in the entertainment industry. And that gets old too. And I like it that I have a lot of friends in all different industries, and I feel very like connected to the real world. Like during the pandemic, everybody had their text groups. Dude, I was in like 10 different text groups, and I realized, wow, like I have so many different, like I'm connected to, I'm not just like, you know, annoying comics that are just always trying to, you know, like,
one up each other.
yeah, and it's always like that. So I know some people are in that world, and it just, that gets old, you know? And so I'm really grateful for where I'm at, because I feel like if I die tomorrow, I have good life insurance. My life is worth way more dead than alive, so my family would be all right, at least, you know, college for my kids. But then but I feel grateful, like because of collaboration, like I've helped a lot of people. And
a ton of people, bro.
Yeah, I feel very. And then with Liberty North Korea, even though it's only like a small percent, like Liberty North Korea has helped rescue over 2,000 North Koreans and helped them resettle into South Korea, some into North America. I just feel very like fulfilled in that aspect, where I have a lot of friends that are, you know, in the OC. They have nice homes. I love them. They're doing the whole keeping up with the Kims and Chois and Parks, you know. But I do know you hit a midlife crisis where you're like, is this it? Like, is this it? Like, they got it. They got the house, the car, the thing, and everything, which is why I'm never gonna let go of like God. You know, it's just like I just can't go back to the whole Korean church way of it. It was very political. The church, my church, the elders were fighting each other underneath a sign that said "Love is patient, love is kind." They were, you know that, right. They were kicking each other in the chest, and the police came.
Wait, what church?
LECPC.
Because that happened at TFPC.
No, it's happened at every big.
Is this a thing that happens at every church?
Every big Korean church.
Every Korean church. That's why I stopped going to Korean churches. Like I was very turned off the church because I just associated that with the way that the Korean church was.
I still go Korean. They still got the best lunches, so.
They do have
good lunches. They're the ones that provide free lunch.
Legit,
yeah. No, I mean, I think majority of the people there are good, but I just, I think that for me, I'm really grateful, like where I'm at, and that I'm still, even as a boomer, connected with like all the young up and coming comics.
Yeah, everybody respects you, dude.
I
mean, dude,
I feel that, you know, I went to this party the Juno Flow party I saw Ben.
And
we saw, you know, Brandon Lee and Dumbfun, everybody. And this is how I know I'm old, dude. Like, you know, with Ben, everybody's like, yeah, what's up? I swear, dude, like 10. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
It's time to re-up.
Some water.
A little re-uppage.
With Ben, everybody is just more like, yo, I could see the way they greet Ben. With me, like 5 times that night, they're like, oh man, I used to watch you when I was a kid, man. Like, I get that too, I'm like, damn, I'm old as fuck. Like, hey, when I was growing up, I know when I was growing up, I know, but it was more like, man, when I was in elementary school, man, I loved your video. I'm like, fuck.
That's hella funny.
I mean, like the first open mic I ever did, it was my last year of college, and I was terrified, and the only reason why I did it was because there was an open mic at my college, and I said, dude, I'm gonna graduate. It's either now or fucking never. So I committed myself to this one open mic, and I was so scared the whole time. So I went onto YouTube, and I looked up a bunch of random stand-up stuff just to try to motivate me and to give me some kind of ideas. And then I found PK stuff. And then he was like, you know, the first Korean I saw just saying like cool, like, I mean, I saw Bobby Lee before, but like PK style is very different. He was making stereotypes like in a cool way, where it's like empowering. And I was like, damn, you could do that? Because I still thought I had a tiny dick back then, you know? I don't. It's pretty, like, average.
I won't get into that.
Anyways, but...
That's this guy's favorite subject, man.
Oh, yeah, that's why. But I saw that, and I was like, oh, shit. okay. So it kind of inspired me. I was like, all right, okay, I gotta do it. So I actually took. I started with like one of his bits about like, it's not whatever, surprise, whatever. So I didn't really say it that way, but I grabbed the stand and I was like, yeah, everybody's just good. We got tiny pee-pees, but you know what? Like, we're like growers, And I grabbed the stand and I was like, yeah, it's like this, but you get us excited, it's like that. And I got my first laugh and I was like, oh shit, all right, start saying stuff. So everything else was
Once
mine.
you get that first laugh.
Yeah. But dude, that inspired the hell out of me. I was like diving deep into PKs. That's when I like discovered this.
Thanks, bro.
That, for me, PK Young with the joke, you ruined when you say bye to your friend and you walk in the same direction, every single time till this day, I think your joke pops up because it's like such a true thing that you're like, you're over here, okay, cool. You're like walking, you're like, hey, and you're already done. You made the goodbyes.
So
you don't have to
awkward.
think about it. Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't. But it's hilarious.
And the laugh too. The laugh. He has the funniest. You know what I'm talking about? Or he does it in the bit too. And giggles. You're a stripper. That's like one of my favorite jokes too. So,
That's good, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, legend, dude.
Legend. We got legend in the room.
You have a huge legacy that I don't think you understand because so many people were influenced by you, and then like we're all influencing other people, and then that leads to other things. So it's like this crazy, like you're like a tree, and there's so many branches and leaves and like fruits and then seeds that fall into more trees. No, it's like a real thing. Yeah, it's a real thing.
I thank you. No, I love you for saying it, but it just feels so old when you say that.
Yeah. You're like this old oak tree.
You've been in the
the giving tree at the end. The giving tree. I'm just a stump.
Oh no!
and the boy sat on him.
Yeah.
You're the haunted tree. That's what
No, legit.
Dude, we're just grateful that you have done what you've done for our community, for Asian Americans, bro. And like, dude, you are definitely someone that I look up to as a friend, as a brother, man. You put me on. You put on like so many people, man.
Yeah, I beat my song on the dance competition.
You battled Mike's song.
That's my claim to fame forever. When he was 16, you know what I mean? I got him young. I actually might have been his origin story. Might have started him.
You were probably a part of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Wait, was that a collab or something else?
No, that was what?
Was it a collab freestyle? Or was it a different?
No, it was a collaboration freestyle.
Oh, damn!
I won two.
Dang! But I remember you. But that was Mike's song was in that.
Mike's song was in that first one.
Wow!
It was right after he got he lost to Elsewhere, David Elsewhere.
Yes.
And then he got rocked by Rye Boogie.
Yeah, that's legendary, man. Because
he's not here to defend
that
himself.
collaboration, Lyrics beat Dumbfounded in a freestyle rap battle.
Really?
Yeah, that's a big collaboration moment. I wish we had that. I wish we had all the like clear video, and even the ones we do have, it's like all 64-bit Mario graphic video. So it's like,
why do videos look even worse quality now, or were they always
it's
that
because the screens
bad
are
quality?
like the things that.
Oh
show
really?
Are better.
You can clean it up. Yeah. No, because have you seen the old NBA videos? Like,
yeah,
did
why
it
do they
look that
look
bad?
like
But we were just used
really
to that.
watch stuff like this?
It's because our TVs were this big. Now TVs are like this big,
and the font was just something you just typed in. It was like.
No, I don't know if you remember during that year, me, Robin, and Mark, we actually auditioned to do a rap for Collaboration, and you guys were so nice that you guys were like, you know what? How about we make a music video, and then you actually got us a VR. You like somehow got us to rent VR. Like they opened it up for us, and we shot the music video, and then you showed it.
I've seen this video.
You showed it at the Collaboration in like 2000.
Wait, what was the video?
It was called In the Night. It was 50 Cent. The 50 Cent. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, In the Night. Yeah, that's.
Do you have that?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. We'll put it up.
I gotta put it up.
50 Cent has a song called In the Night.
Well, it's in the club, but the night is like nightclub.
Korean nightclub. Yeah.
Oh, Asians loved doing that back then. All the like.
Yeah, he did that.
Oh dang, you did that.
He was that guy.
Well, we just had a parodied song because they were like, you know what? This is not a competition song because this is a competition. But how about we put you on? And then you guys got us a thing, and then Ruel from do you remember Ruel? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was the one that got us some equipment and stuff. So we shot it, and it was.
What was the hook?
It's the 50 Cent In the Club song.
But you said In the Night, so what's the hook?
To sing it right now.
Yeah, just a hook.
Bottle full of Crown. Wait, you can find us in the club. Bottle full of Crown. Every weekend we party in K-Town. Hey, it sounds better with the beat, bro.
Oh shit. No wonder they're like, yeah, you could do this for fun.
He's like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, just how about you just express yourself away from everybody?
I completely forgot about that,
Can I
dude.
be honest?
No, I know why.
Our
I
audition was
completely
so
forgot
bad
about that, bro.
That I was like, dude, BK is so nice that he's actually letting us shoot
I
this.
completely forgot.
But we
about
actually
that.
shot it well. It wasn't.
It looked cool.
You know what? Oh, no, actually, we don't have a speaker.
Oh,
here, so
my
no, you
God.
You can't bring it up.
You know, it's a crazy collaboration moment. We did audition once, and SM Entertainment asked if they can come. They paid us I think like $1,000. We're like, yeah, come on. And our staff said no to her name was Stephanie, and she became Tiffany in Girls' Generation. Sueño Shiden.
Oh.
And I'm like, we said no to her. She was a great singer. I remember Jason.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, she's good. She's like, super cute, good singer, but. I think the girls on our staff were being haters. They're like, nah.
She ain't good.
I know, like she just joined one of the biggest K-pop groups ever.
It's just like the Matt Rife thing we're talking about. Handsome guys. Other guys are like
Or maybe
girls.
Collaboration Girls were her origin story.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You know?
And
Sometimes-
your origin story was collaboration. That's
for
why you
Mike.
became a bomb dancer. You were
Yeah.
like, dude, I fucking suck at rapping.
Oh yeah.
In the club with a crown.
Yes.
And God, that's what the hell is that?
What rhymes with crown?
K-Town.
Oh, this is fire. This
You're
is
gonna
fire.
so eat your words when you watch this video. You're gonna be like, oh, that's pretty good.
Mark's gonna find it, and we're gonna.
Oh my God, that's
have to have
hilarious.
those-
Champagne pop,
Little
eat
thing
some
there.
pop. Oh, shit.
All right, don't worry, I'll find it for you. I'm gonna send it to you. You're gonna
Can you send it? I would love to
That's hilarious.
do a review.
see it. Do a review.
Hey, but
Hey, I got props to you, bro. You did some legendary things. I was watching the whole ABDC thing, just like in awe of that whole thing, man. Wasn't that run amazing?
it was we had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea.
Like you guys didn't know. You guys are the first. You didn't know how big it was, right?
We had we had no idea if this show was even a real show because
Yeah.
we didn't even have MTV at the hotel that we were staying at. So I was like, is this show even actually on TV?
And Randy Jackson wasn't that big yet.
No.
He was American
well
Idol.
known.
Yeah,
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 like-
yeah.
No, but
behind
like
the
this was
scenes.
his own thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So it was like the guy from American Idol is doing a dance show, which is weird, because we're like, why is he doing a dance show? And we don't even know if the show is actually on TV. We don't have MTV at the hotel. I didn't know it until like maybe 3 or 4 weeks in when they actually allowed our families to visit us at the hotel. And then my brother and sister like, yo, this is the biggest show.
It was
and I was like, what?
huge.
People are actually watching this thing?
Yeah.
And they're like, it's the biggest
So
thing.
all the dance crews didn't
We
know
had
how big
none
it
of
was.
us knew. This is season 1, so
This is
nobody knew anything.
Before social media.
Way before social media. This is before even
yeah.
YouTube. YouTube
No.
wasn't even a thing.
Facebook was around. Facebook was definitely around because it was like 2006.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Facebook probably
Facebook
just
just
started.
Yeah.
Facebook just started,
Fencer
yeah.
was around, or it died out.
So
right?
YouTube was around, but it was very young.
It was brand new. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was brand
no,
new.
we didn't know how to use it. Like,
Yeah.
no
It
one
was like
knew
cat
anything.
videos and stuff.
So
yeah,
like,
that.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, oh man, and I just remember that it just blew up, man. Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah.
and all the girls loved you guys. Yeah, there must have been a
Yeah,
lot.
you guys made
Imagine if you had Instagram back then. What your DMs
As
would
we
look
always
like,
say, all the
bro.
old guys always say that.
You're
Imagine if
right.
we had Instagram back then.
Oh, yeah, you'd be 500, right?
Good.
Your notifications
No.
would be out of control.
I mean, those masks that you guys literally took those like contemporary masks and turned them into Jabberwocky masks. Like
You know,
they're
it's
no
funny.
longer used. Like you can never associate that what they used to use that for.
When we got those masks, we got them at Party City, and they were literally just called blank face mask. And then after the show, I went to Party City. They changed the name to Jabberwocky's mask,
No way.
and I was like, whoa,
No way.
They used to
Yeah, I
be like
promise
$4,
you.
and now
I promise you.
they were like
They
$10.
Party City changed it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Party City, but they would call it the
company.
Jabberwocky's mask.
Wow.
And then so we had to make our own mold, and we trademarked it, and then that's where it all
Your
started.
guys' faces were like tiny because when I went I wore it for Halloween.
You might-
It was like this. Like my chin was like popping out.
That was how it was on Shaq. It was like it just covered his eyes and like just right
Yeah.
here.
Or like I would
hilarious.
have it on the chin, but I would have to look through the eyes like that because it was so tiny. It's got a big ass head. It wasn't made for Koreans for sure.
Well, I'm Korean, so
I mean, you got that.
I remember
You got that tiny.
we were watching at a collaboration meeting, and there was a new staff member, and he was hating. He was like, "These guys are such a gimmick." I'm like, you think these guys are a gimmick? He didn't know.
Uh,
And then every week he was like, he goes, no, they're not a gimmick. They're for real. Like he didn't know, like, oh no, these guys are for. He just thought it was a bunch of guys doing, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then he
yeah.
was like, I remember saying like, oh no, these guys are amazing.
I just think
Yeah.
it was the right time. Again, there was never a show that put on dance crews, and then we had a actual real story where we did the show because we wanted to honor our fallen member who passed away. He was also supposed to do the show with us, and when he passed away, we were just like, yeah, we can't do the show because Gary's not gonna do it with us. But he was like, no, Gary said go do this show and win it and change the world. And we're like, all right, well, let's honor his last wishes. And then that was our story. But it wasn't like we were trying to paint some sob story.
Change
and then
the world.
it just happened.
Change the world, man. Honestly, I mean, you can't find the exact statistics, but I'm convinced myself. Nobody convinced me otherwise. ABDC and all the Asian dance crews that won, like Asian guys
Oh, yeah, yeah,
dominated,
yeah,
or
yeah.
not Asian girls too,
Sure.
literally decreased the amount of Asian guys that joined gangs, dude.
Oh,
100%.
sure.
Yeah.
Because I knew
Oh,
the
yeah,
gangster guys that I
good
grew up with
thought
at
of it.
church, we used to have gang fights in our church parking
Yes,
lot.
Yeah.
where
That's
police
why I
came.
hated going to church, bro,
Yeah.
because I would get hit up all the
Like,
time,
dude,
especially at LACPC.
The gangs, and I would at church retreat when I would pray with them, and then some of them would be like, "Yeah, man, I just didn't get out, but man, as a gangster, like you get all these girls." They would like open up to me,
Yeah.
like that was a big thing, you know. And you know how horny you are as a high school guy, you know, like you're not gonna let that go. But once they realize, no, these guys are the shit, like all the heat from all the girls was on the dance crews now. Then all the gangster guys, dude, they were in their room like fucking, like, fuck the gun, dude.
Oh, that's why they use the sound effects instead of shooting actual guns. You go,
Yes.
No,
that-
literally,
shout out Mike
like, I just saw the decrease, man.
No, that's a good point. I never
Huge.
thought about that.
Men are
That's
so
huge.
controlled
Yeah.
by women.
You saved lives,
That's-
bro.
You
But-
did, dude.
but-
Like you
Saved
guys
lives, yeah.
saved lives, and you
Wow.
made Asian men, like
Cool.
you know, like yeah, cool. Like you guys, Cabo Modern, Poriotics. There's a whole bunch of crews, you know.
Yeah,
like,
there's like Quest Crew.
Quest Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
sure.
changed a lot of
Well,
things.
shout out dance, shout out hip hop, man.
Shout out
I think we
dance.
need something like that though to come back.
Dance is
We should
huge
re-
right now.
They
Oh,
need to
yeah.
reboot another ABDC, bro.
Oh, like that? Oh, you mean like that?
Well,
yeah.
World of Dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just the man to do it.
No, World of Dance it was dope.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm just thankful to have those opportunities, and you are definitely somebody who opened those doors for not only just me, but like probably this whole freaking room, man.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
So
Thank you,
thank you,
brothers.
PK. Thank you so much for stopping through, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
thanks
This
for
is you guys do it
chilling.
proper, man,
Yeah,
with the
you know,
video,
Korean
the
style.
Korean style.
I wanted you to
man.
feel like we're in K-Town, you know,
Yeah.
in a Korean setting. But,
That's
you know.
it. Ryan hooked up all the Anju.
Oh yeah, by the way, we do have a gift for you.
Oh.
If you look over to your right, there's a little
Oh, yo.
kawaii.
He's like, what? Star Wars trilogy?
no, that's Back to the Future.
He's like, is this a backpack? Half bottle of
For
cologne?
real?
Yeah, that's
Thank
for
you.
you. Yeah.
What's up?
That was-
Yo, what's up? I got autographed Norman Powell Clippers hat right
Nice.
here. I ate dinner with Coach Ty Lue last week. I sat right next to him. He gave me his number, and even their Clippers are trying to sell the Intuit Suite domes. You know the suites.
Yeah.
They have no idea that I don't have money and that I'm not gonna buy a suite.
Yeah.
I'm a super
We just
fan.
did that,
Yeah.
No, the casino sent me the owner. He's a Laker fan. He's like, hey, go to this Clipper dinner thing. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Right.
But then Ty Lue, he gave me his number, and then the Clippers were like, dude, I've never seen Coach Ty Lue give us personal number. And me and him, we texted each other today. I'm like,
All right, so we're gonna have Ty Lue on the.
yeah, man, I'll bring Ty Lue here.
Yeah.
But thank you, man.
No, young. And you know what's crazy? There's not a lot of Clipper stuff like to buy. You know, I don't know. They don't.
Of course
sell it.
not, dude. We don't win. What do you mean? It's
Yo,
crazy.
you're supposed to fight back. I was just joking,
No,
but
the Cowboys have won championships. You know,
Yeah.
we've never won.
you guys will though. You guys will. I feel like
I've
you will.
heard that my entire Clipper fandom. Man.
Well, I don't know what's going on with his contract, but he'll be a forever Clipper with you in that
There
right
it
there.
is.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate it. You guys don't know anything about sports.
No, I don't know anything at all. Yeah.
You gave him an anime
I don't
gift
really
last
care.
night.
Oh, yeah.
I know anime.
But he knows anime for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
He does know anime. He does
Thank
a
you.
good
Do you watch
Krillin.
anime porn though?
Oh, dude, I used to only watch that.
Only watch anime porn?
Yeah, for like 2 years. Yeah. Oh, actually, when I was one time XC and then like you can't bust it. No, I was trying to like jack off for like almost 2.5 hours and it wouldn't go up and I was just staring at like this disco hentai scene and I was like, and it was like just not hard, it was like just forever. Right?
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
You only watch anime porn for 2 years?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, it's not as bad because it's not like
It's not real porn. No.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like you could only get turned on by that,
No.
not the real.
No,
You just preferred it.
I just liked it a lot,
God, that's really like.
like a lot.
And Mike is he's going to be a third voice, stopping in here and there. So that's a little taste of Mike,
Yeah,
everyone.
I'm not gonna bring
We
this
will
up
we
here.
will dig
No, I'm just
deeper
kidding.
into this.
We'll dig deeper into that.
Ben's like, I think we made a mistake, guys.
No, but like this is a serious question. The last
Yeah,
question.
sure.
I'm asking because
I'm intrigued.
my son is 14. He's really into anime.
He's watching
Oh.
it.
But you
He's
think so?
watching it. Dude, do you know what? Let me tell you how much it changed. Let me tell you how much it changed from when I was 14. Okay? When I was 14, I had to print it out with a modem.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Dot like one photo
Yeah,
of like a
yeah.
girl like sitting like sideways with bikini like hentai. What they have now, what the websites, high speed internet, and like HD, even up to 4K, like dude, they even make computer generated graphics of every video game character you can think of, just like slamming like dong and stuff. Like it's crazy now, and the hentai is next level. It's crazy. You know how you said the TV back then was like, oh, how do we watch that? That's porn now. For like with hentai,
Wait, what?
cartoon stuff.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Get your son some towels. Just buy him some new
No.
towels so he can have it in his room.
Don't encourage that. Don't encourage.
He's doing it anyways, probably.
What
sorry,
I'm
I
saying
just
is
your
he's
son,
probably
but-
whatever game he's playing, and if there's like a girl,
No, but do you? What,
porn of
the
that.
deeper
He's a
question is
waifu?
no. Is that really not that porn is healthy, but is it even more unhealthy if like a whole bunch of kids are just they can only get off on cartoons?
No, I don't
No?
think it-
no, I don't.
No,
no,
not
I
when
don't-
there's the real stuff out there. The real stuff is better than the cartoons.
I don't
mean,
know. For 2
I don't
years,
know.
that's all he
Wait,
watched.
you're like, how dare you?
But I think that was a choice. That was a choice. That
it was.
wasn't
It
like-
was a choice. I didn't.
It wasn't.
need that.
If I, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
not-
he's trying to get to.
That's what
It was
but
a
I'm
choice.
saying, like,
So he's just
yo,
a
there's a
particular
guy in
kind of
Japan
guy.
that
If you haven't
became
already
a
noticed.
dog, a collie. Do you see that guy? He
No.
became a dog.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
the Japanese guy
Oh,
or
you mean?
something, right?
But that's like
That's Japan.
in
though.
Japan. Like they're like.
Wait, what? Well, that's just, I
No,
can't.
no, no,
I don't
like-
think you can just dismiss it.
I
Like,
know,
but that's
yeah,
just.
But
yeah,
no,
Japan.
but like it's like they're you know what?
Dude, in
They're
Japan,
like,
they
they're
marry
little-
they marry video game characters. I've
Oh.
seen weddings.
That's what I'm saying.
Of like them
That's
marrying a
what-
Nintendo Switch
no,
character.
that's
Like,
what
they're
I'm
little-
saying.
they got kink over
No,
there.
a
that's-
Nintendo DS.
got kink over
and they
there.
married the DS character on the DS.
That's what I'm saying.
And
like,
Body Pillow.
But,
they
young, but
married
you
the-
got to know, like them in Japan, they're like repressed from that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's like, as long as you're
Korea,
open with them,
too.
talk. But
Korea
he's
is
American.
very
Your son's
repressed.
American. Just be like, hey man, like, there's some real titties on.
Yeah. Body pillows. Body
Let him
pillows.
dry hump, huh?
Yeah,
So you're worried
Dry
about
Ham
your son?
King.
What's up?
You're worried about yourself?
No. I'm just wondering.
No, I'll tell you this. Look. That didn't affect me.
I'm like, watch some real porn.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What's on this cartoon porn?
I would argue that that's actually less damaging to his brain in terms
Than the
of
real
how
porn.
he
And weird
views
porn.
like
Women.
women. Because when I was watching regular porn a lot, it made me want to just like be really just rude to women. I was like, oh, you're just a bag of meat. But then when I watched all the hentai and I would just watch cartoon girls and
Bag of
You're like, she's so cute.
I would, yeah, and I'd see real women. I'd be like, dude, I respect you so much.
Really?
Wow.
It didn't affect my view on women.
When you
Cartoons,
watch
this is cartoons.
cartoon
Definitely
porn, you
gonna
said,
have
"I
to get into
respect you
that.
so much."
No. I'm joking about when I say in real life woman. Like, but it didn't
Yeah,
affect my
I
view
find that
of-
hard to believe.
I know.
I don't see the
of women
correlation.
in life.
Have you ever had sex with a girl wearing an anime outfit like Sailor
Like
Moon?
cosplay? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's my dream. I got to date.
You've
a
never done
cosplay
that?
girl. Not yet. It's what's gonna happen.
Hey, let's take a camera and we'll go to like Comic-Con and I'll be your cameraman and you do interviews. That's how the
Dude,
young kids get them now.
I took my son to Comic-Con.
to do that.
No, but I didn't realize. There's so many
Slutty.
hot.
Oh yeah.
slutty-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And you're just supposed to act
And
like.
he's short too.
No,
so he
hold
got a
it,
good
yeah,
view.
but you're just supposed to act like there's an ass everywhere, dude, and
Yeah.
everybody's acting all professional. I'm like, what the hell?
You got to go to the lower budget ones, like I'm
That's even worse.
Anime Expo or Anime Depot.
Depot, not even Expo Depot.
Yeah, Anime Expo.
no, Anime
mean-
Expo's huge.
I know
now.
it's big. I mean, what I mean by that is like, I seen pictures I feel like a lot of Instagram people, like influencers, they go to Comic-Con to get photos and be that, be like having their ass out. But
yeah, it's
like real fans are like at Anime Expo where it's like,
but that's
they're like
changed a
making
lot
their
too.
stuff.
It changed a lot too.
Is it?
I went to Anime Expo 2003 before it became popular, like at all. Like there was like nobody there, and I watched it change over the years to like now it became cool, and then like the host came out and stuff to look like attention. But here's the thing, a lot of cosplayers are just failed models just trying to get attention. That's what it is. A lot of them, like, they get into it because they know they'll get attention and go to OnlyFans after that too. But the genuine cosplayers, they're the losers, man. Like, no, I like
in a good way. In a good way.
No, like in a good way. Yeah, like
yeah.
I was like, I wanted cosplay, but I was too shy back then. But now it's changed heavily to where they know they can get the guys to simp for likes and then the fans or subscribe to my Twitch. I'm an e-girl.
Yeah. I hate that. I've been trying to
it's not
get
genuine
on Twitch for a long time, and these motherfuckers get on Twitch with their boobies hanging out.
Yeah, those motherfreakers.
Yeah. I'm trying to not cuss.
No, I'm gonna say that too, motherfreaker.
Motherfreakers. That's his word.
Hey, dude, imagine getting your ass kicked by somebody. He's like, "What's up, motherfreaker?" And it beats your ass.
That's it. Like, what's up, motherfreaker?
Yeah.
I say motherfather. What's up, motherfather?
Motherfather.
Don't you have a joke like motherfather, sister?
Motherfather, shut the front door, you motherfather, piece of shish kebab.
Yeah, but end of the day, don't worry about your son. He's fine.
That doesn't give me any comfort coming from you,
That's
bro.
where this whole conversation
Mr.
started.
Jerk off to anime for 2 years. And,
What's wrong with that?
no, I'm saying, like, I love you, but it doesn't give me any comfort.
You're good.
I'm not
Just
an
monitor
incel.
his stuff,
Yeah.
No,
a
you're
little
definitely,
bit.
you're the opposite of incel. Yeah.
Anything's possible.
You're an XL.
We can go
XL,
forever.
Microsoft.
We can go forever.
No,
Yeah.
thank you, brothers.
Nah,
Appreciate it, man.
dude,
Really.
thank you, man. Thank
Yeah.
you for
That
coming
was
through,
fun.
Mike.
After you guys have your whole list, I would love to come back, man.
Please
Oh,
come out.
we'd
No, we'll
love to have you back,
yeah.
man. Yeah, this is fun. We got to do this again. And
I'll
Mike,
try to recruit some people too. Like
if
I
you
know a lot of
can.
headliner comics.
Bobby
Sick.
Lee.
Oh.
Bobby's gonna be hard, but I do know him. Bobby's every time I'm
he goes to
invited.
his UPS
We threw
store,
it
bro.
out there, and when we were like doing our podcast, we were watching his podcast, and he was like, "You know what, man? We're gonna have Bobby Lee on this podcast." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" We threw it out there, and then like a month later, he walked through my store. He walked in. He was like, "Do you guys have my package?" And we were like, and my manager looked at me. He was like, "Isn't that the guy you watch every day?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And he was like, I was like, it was just the craziest thing. So I was like, I want to be a millionaire.
That's
So
how
it's out there, bro.
That book, The Secret.
Yeah, The
sometimes
Secret.
It does.
It's weird.
It
It's
is
weird.
I remember
So I've been saying millionaire.
I have to share that I put out. I'm gonna perform at the Wiltern one day, do stand up. And it didn't happen the way I wanted, obviously, as it wasn't my thing. But because I put it out there, and then Ronnie Cheng goes, "Hey, you want to open for me at the Wiltern?" So when I was standing up there, I remember like, man, I put it out there, and I'm doing 10 minutes, but still, it's 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
hell yeah.
Bro, that's
I just,
tight.
but I'm
That's
saying
tight.
like I just put it out there,
And
and
it
then
happened.
yeah. So even though it's corny.
Well, what did it feel like?
Sometimes it
in
happens.
front of the 2,000 people at a Wiltern. How did you feel?
Jizz in my pants. Came off like, fuck, dude. I need to do that. Have my own show one day. It was just like, like all the times when you do a small show and you're like, was it good? And then when you do it in front of 2,000 and it just feels like a rock concert, you're like, oh yeah, that was funny. I remember that. My shit is funny. It's just that sometimes you do little small shows. It doesn't, like when you kill it at Laugh Factory. I remember you were like, okay, that felt good.
Yeah.
It was a packed house, and then
I did, and I
You know
did
what I'm
the Irvine Improv for the first time a couple days ago too.
Oh right, yeah, right.
Yeah, and then I got that same thing.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh shit.
I opened for Joe Coy, 8 shows, Irvine Improv, packed rock
Sick.
concert.
Oh.
Every night I drove home, just loud music, Tupac.
Mm.
And then when the black guys roll up next to me, I'm like, okay, never mind. I turn it down. I'm from Burbank.
Good. I like the Tupac. I like
Oh
I
man.
love it.
All right, brothers.
Hey, well,
Thank
PK,
you.
well, how can if people want to follow your journey, man?
At PK Comedy.
There you go.
Thank you.
There
Follow
it
me.
is. There it
You
is.
got all of it. Yeah.
We'll have you back for sure. We'll have more Anju for you, and
Yes.
and Mike, thank you for joining us again today, bro.
At Dry Hump Anime right here.
You sure you still want me to come to this? Ben's face is like.
At Dry Hump Anime.
Why is he talking
Dry
about
Hump
this?
Anime.
Yeah. 10
Yeah.
minutedryhump.com. That's me. CYYDryHump.net. That's him.
Yeah.
I love you, brothers, man. We go back.
Love you
too,
too.
man.
Yeah, we do.
We go back.
We do go back. We do go back, and we'll keep it going, man. We'll keep it going.
He likes it from the back.
Yeah.
I give it.
You take it in the back.
Nah, I had one pinky one time. That was mine though, but it didn't feel that good.
Hey, please, for the one of the snippets, please cut the one where Mike says, I got a massage from my drug dealer.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
no, we'll
and then,
get that
and
in
then
there.
cut
We'll
another
that.
snippet that says it was from a guy.
No, we're gonna
a buff
clip
guy.
It. We're gonna clip it. We're gonna clip it.
We're gonna
We're
clip
gangster
it.
guy.
We have so many clippable
Yeah.
moments from this.
It was from a big gangsta guy on meth.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna say, oh shit.
It's gonna be like sound bites for the future.
Oh, dude.
PK's leaving before he even finished the
Yeah.
podcast.
Let's close.
No, I
Bring
got
us
it.
out. Bring us
No,
home,
no,
Ben.
no.
Bring us home.
I thought that was it.
Bring us
No,
home,
we
Ben.
got
Bring us
an
home.
outro, man.
Bring
We
us
got an outro. Folks, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Conversations. We'll plug all their socials, all the cool things in the description. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it,
Share it.
tag us.
Share it.
What are our socials, Ryan?
Conversations_pod all around the board except our Twitter, X, or whatever it's
Which
called.
it's now called X, which is
X.
weird.
So
Yeah.
underscore or conversations_. Conversations_.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
one of
figure it
those.
out. We'll figure
Whatever.
it out.
It's So, but the other ones are conversations_pod.
It's very confusing. All right, thank you
We're
guys
gonna
for
put it there,
tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.